Hello everyone, in this session we will be discussing about number system. We know that numbers rule the universe. So to study about number system, we are discussing about different types of representation of numbers. We know that numbers are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. This set of numbers are called natural numbers which are represented by letter n. Natural numbers n. These are called the natural numbers starting from 1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. When we observe this, in this 0 is missing. We know that number starts from 0. One more type of numbers called whole numbers, in which numbers starts from 0. That is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. The numbers are undefined, like till infinity are called the whole numbers, which is represented by a letter W. And next, one more type of numbers are called integers. In integers, number starts from negative and it includes 0 as well as positive numbers also. So it starts from negative, so -3, -2, -1. It includes 0 as well, that is 0, 1, 2 and so on till infinite. These numbers are called integers which are represented by letter I, or you can also represent with letter Z. Next type of numbers are called even numbers. You know that even numbers are nothing but the numbers which are divisible by 2. So examples, we can say that it's like 2, 4, 6 and so on. These are called the even numbers. Next type of numbers are called odd numbers. The numbers which are not divisible by 2 are known as odd numbers. So examples are like 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. Next type of numbers are called prime numbers. The numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself are known as prime numbers, starting from 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. If you observe this, you can say that you can't divide any of these numbers with any of the number except the number and 1 itself. And the next type of numbers are called composite numbers. The numbers which are not prime numbers and it should be greater than 1. Then such type of numbers are called composite numbers. So now you can identify it as like 4, 6, 8. These are called the composite numbers. Now next comes the question, what about 1? So 1 is not a prime number nor a composite number. While writing composite numbers, the rule is it should be greater than 1. So we can say that 1 is not a prime number nor a composite numbers. Next comes rational numbers. The numbers which are in the form of P by Q and provided that Q is not equal to 0, such type of numbers are known as rational numbers. So the example is like 2 by 3, 4 by 5, etc. These are called the rational numbers. In these rational numbers, 2 is known as the numerator and 3 is known as the denominator. Next type of number is called irrational numbers. The numbers which you can't represent in terms of terminating decimal or non-recurring are called the irrational numbers. Examples, square root of 2, square root of 3. These are called irrational numbers. Next type of numbers are real numbers, which is nothing but it's a combination of both rational and irrational numbers, which you can represent. Rational numbers generally we will represent with Q and irrational numbers with Q dash. That is, the numbers which are not rational numbers are called the irrational numbers, which will be represented as Q dash. So the real numbers is nothing but it's a combination of both rational and irrational numbers, which you can represent it as Q union Q dash. So it's called the real numbers. So in real numbers, it includes both positive numbers, negative numbers, real numbers and irrational numbers. Next type of numbers are called imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers, which are nothing but square root of negative numbers, are known as imaginary numbers. Next is fraction. What do you mean by a fraction? Fraction is nothing but it's a rational number which we are representing in the form of p by q. That is examples like 2 by 3 or 1 by 5. These are called the fractions. We know that in fraction, the first part is called the numerator and the second one, which is below the line, is called the denominator. In fraction also, we have different types. One is the proper fraction. Proper fraction is nothing but in which numerator is less than the denominator. So example here is 2 by 3, in which 2 is less than 3. This type of is called proper fraction. Next is improper. The name itself is specifying that in which numerator is greater than the denominator. So you can say that it's 5 by 3 is one example for improper fraction. Next type of fraction is called mixed fraction. Mixed fraction, which we will be represented it as 1 by 3. Example, if you take 1 by 3, which is nothing but where we will multiply denominator with this one and numerator will be added to that. If you convert into improper fraction, it is nothing but 4 by 3. That is 3 into 1 plus 1, that is equal to 4 by 3. So these are the different types of numbers. Next, what are different operations which we can perform on fractions? Like I can add the fractions, we can do the subtraction, multiplication and division also we can perform on